From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, time once again for another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV, back at the bar, back at Tommy Max. We're talking a little crowdfunding, we're talking some marketing, we're talking some health right here, and it's brought to you by TruckCrashLaw.com. Let's welcome in the panel. Devin Thorpe is my first guest. How are you, Devin?
Thrilled to be here. Thanks for having me.
From the Super Crowd, all about crowdfunding. How long have you been doing that, Devin?
Well over a decade now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's an exciting space.
How'd you get started in it? Were you always in finance?
I'm a long-time finance guy.
Okay.
Shifted kind of to focus on social impact and found that crowdfunding is inherently a really great way to build community and serve people.
Right. So not just crowdfunding, your niche is having a social aspect to it as well.
Yeah. So like one of the fun things that is an example that's really local is there's a little local restaurant, Murray Hillbilly.
Yep.
Raised some money last year on honeycomb credit. And it was backed by the Jesse Ball DuPont Foundation right here in town, right? So they threw some money in. Yeah. I threw a little bit of money, tiny bit of money.
That's all right.
But that's the way crowdfunding works, right? A lot of people come together, they put some money in, and now we eat there all the time, and they send us dividend checks, which we love. Yeah,
that's great. I think that's what people do. They need to learn more about it. Like, what is it? What does it really mean? All right, I put in some money. What kind of a share? What's my, once I learn that, it's like any other kind of investment, right?
It is really fun.
It is really fun for the investor, for the person put in,
It's risky. Okay. It's risky. And so you don't want to do this with all your money. You want to do this with a little bit. But I think of it as like a hobby. How many people spend $3,000 a year on golf or skiing or whatever their hobby may be? If you put $3,000 a year into crowdfunding investments, eventually you're going to get some money back. Okay. Maybe not all of it, but maybe you'll get 10 times what you put in. Who knows?
Right? You never know. With risk, there's great reward. Right?
That's right.
Good to have you on. Brad Mosher's here. How are you? From Allstate?
Doing great. How are you?
In the marketing game. Yeah. How long you been doing that for, man?
About 10 years.
10 years? Yeah. You go to school for marketing? Or?
I went to school at University of North Florida for graphic design.
UNF,
they had
an
excellent program there, and then left that, did a short stint at web.com, and then I've been at Allstate since then.
Great. That was a great company, or is a great company, no doubt about it. I started in economics and then went to marketing at Boston College. More common sense for me, not as much studying. But it is. It's a very important part of business, and obviously with Allstate. What's your specialty with them in the marketing world?
So I'm the creative team lead, so I run the graphic designer, work very closely with the communication manager and then the senior marketing manager. And then ultimately we have third-party, the division that I represent is Allstate Dealer Services. We provide voluntary protection products for vehicles. So you have your insurance for, if you get into collisions, and then the vehicle service contracts are for, repairs to your tires, paint, fabric, stuff like that. So a lot of people call them extended warranties, but in reality, they're vehicle service contracts.
They come in handy.
They very much so.
Cars break down.
Exactly. Well, because essentially you're putting money away so that if something does happen, it's covered. So they're super valuable. But with the times, we're having to find ways to leverage more digital assets because obviously print is.
Everything's gone up in cost, right?
Exactly. So we traditionally did brochures, desk mats, and stuff like that, takeaways, and we've had to find ways to leverage more websites, menu providers, and stuff like that. So
I don't know how many people, like the mailers. We all get these mailing. I barely look at them. I mean, maybe glance. Like, I'm not looking at that. You know what I mean? There must be so much waste in that.
Yeah, so we actually haven't really done much of that. We've tried to, move away from that. We have our third-party agents, and they pretty much work with the dealers, and we make sure we're not sending out a bunch of that junk mail. So we're very targeted in what we do.
Yeah, cool. Well, great company, obviously. So great to have you on the show. Kelly Constant is here. Hi. Hey, Kelly.
Hi, how are you?
From the Nassau County Public School System. You're a health aide up there.
Yes, I am.
All right, up in, what's that, Fernandina and Amelia Island?
Yep, Amelia Island.
All right. You're at a specific school?
I am, MLF Hardy.
Okay.
Yeah, so
and how'd you get started with that?
Honestly, it was kind of like just the right timing.
Okay.
Right, and so I was able to hop into a position that just had a vacancy.
Yep.
And it just turned out that it matches my personality of wanting to help others, and especially little kids. I mean, it's 3rd through 5th, so there's a lot of
snotty noses.
Yes, a lot of snotty noses, nosebleeds actually. Yes, nosebleeds. There's a lot of untied shoes and ice, and let's try to get out of class to go see the nurse, which is fine. But
so how's the health overall of the children in Nassau County?
I think everyone's just we're all about wellness and just educating and making sure everyone's prepared to do well.
Have you noticed out there in public the lack of sanitize? Like, I'm a big sanitizer guy. I always keep it in my car. I always, I'm wiping down my shopping cart with the wipes they give.
Absolutely.
I mean, but then you don't see as many containers. Gas stations used to get it all the time.
Yeah,
and,
no, I mean,
there's going away a little.
There's a whole bunch of sanitizer that hasn't. It's kind of been pushed to the side, but we just try to make sure a lot of hand washing.
Keep your hands clean and don't touch your face.
Right, hot soap and water does miracles. So
no doubt about it. All right, well, let's talk. Just look, we were talking about the economy with rates going up and inflation and whatnot. How you deal with that? You already said, look, crowdfunding is a great way to invest in those types of times.
Well, yeah, and for an entrepreneur who is struggling to make things work right now, crowdfunding is a magical source of money. I exaggerate a little bit to make a point, but you create an investor network among your consumers, your customers, and there's some real powerful synergy, 90s word that I remember from business school days, but we're going to create some real positive interaction among our in the business by having our investors be our customers and vice versa.
Yeah, no question. What's in crowdfunding? Is there like so high you can go? Can you go as high as
You can raise $5 million under regulation crowdfunding, and it's fairly affordable. It doesn't take a lot of money to do it, depending on how much you're going to raise. There are issues, but you can get started for very little money to raise up to $125,000. It takes more if you want to raise $1 million or $5 million. You can take a little money up front. But if you're going to raise $5 million, you don't expect that to be free up front.
Right.
It's great way to build your network, build a business. So it's a great remedy in these times, and people are funding it nicely even in these tough times.
Yeah,
I think for the purposes of art or filmmaking or all those areas that might have a little bit trouble starting up, I think that's probably could be a great option.
Good way to get it started,
absolutely.
Well, yeah, because once you start crowdfunding, can you bring in other investors to add to it, or do you have to stick with it?
One of the interesting features of crowdfunding is that you can do a regulation crowdfunding offering at the same time you raise money, even on different terms from, say, rich people, right? But you have your ordinary people participating on one deal structure, and then the rich people investing in another deal structure that may be more suited to their situation. So there is a lot of flexibility with crowdfunding.
Brett, with marketing, I mean, social media doesn't cost you anything unless you're paying for the clicks and that kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm sure that's a big part of when things are going through the roof with costs and whatnot. You got to find a way to
absolutely.
Instead of cutting people, you find a way to
exactly. A lot of it's just being very purposeful with what your message is. Not a lot of fluff language, making sure you're getting straight to the point. People can understand things.
Again, simple.
Yeah, our products are great in times like these because with repair costs and parts and all that going up, it winds up helping you cover that on timely.
Yeah, Kelly, you're interested in marketing, aren't you?
I am.
Yeah, you like marketing.
Advertising, just communications. I really think that marketing and communications, really, that's what marketing is, right? You're just communicating to a customer that you have a way to solve a problem.
Yeah.
Right, and you're trying to make it as effective and the least amount of money possible to do that, so they get a good return.
Well, you talk about communication during the pandemic, right? I mean, just letting
it's just
being
all about
fully communicative about what's going on
and understanding what your customer or what those that are out there need, right, and being able to communicate in a way that they understand.
Yeah, well, that's great to have you all on. Thanks for taking the time to be on this show.
Sure, thanks.
You were awesome. All right, that'll do it for us this time around. If you like these kind of conversations, check out more at iwannabuzz.com. Until next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on The Horse's Mouth. Cheers.